Your boy Easy Work Boxing, man. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We got to go in about some boxing. I'm seeing a lot going on today, in the sport of boxing. And we got to talk about it. Got to talk about Teofimo Lopez. He in the headlines. That's one of my title fights. I got up there on the title. Him versus Jermaine Ortiz is coming up, they say, in February. That's going to be a good fight. We got Tank and the Devin Haney situation. We got Ryan Garcia in the Devin Haney situation. And, Ryan Garcia, is now trying to fight, Rolly Romero, but Oscar De La Hoya is trying to push on towards Jose Ramirez. We're going to talk about that and much more going on in sport of boxing. I hope y'all like my last video I put up. A lot of people don't believe the stuff that I be saying, but, it comes from, a lot of people not knowing about this world. But, first I'm going to go in, I'm going to talk about the Tank versus, Devin situation. Like I always say, and I said, y'all, they could offer Tank $1 billion. Tank still wouldn't get in the ring with him. They'll give him, look what he's doing now. He's even saying, oh, they got to give me 2 Ferraris and bring them to my front door and all this. And this is some of the people's in boxing, fans, as far as their favorite fighter. Where you have a fighter who's saying that they're the face of boxing, but yet they won't give you the fights necessary to say that they're the face of boxing. Same thing with Canelo Alvarez. Fans out there saying that Canelo Alvarez, he's the face of boxing. But Canelo Alvarez won't give y'all the fights that you want to see at 168, which is David Benavidez or David Morrell. But yet these are the fighters that's being proclaimed as the face of boxing. Like I told y'all, if these are the fighters being acknowledged as the face of boxing, then that means boxing is in a bad situation. Then we got Errol Spence coming back, and a lot of people out here making videos about, oh, the Crawford fans are worried about that fight. Why would the Crawford fans be worried about that fight when you clearly see that Errol Spence is backing out of that fight? Like Terrence Crawford said, they go and get their eyes checked before every fight. He knew he had problems. If he had cataract issues, in which, shout out to Kid Austin. Kid Austin said in one of his fight hype videos, he believes it's all cap. Why is it that he didn't go do that before he fought Terrence? Why did he sign a contract to fight Terrence knowing he needed cataract surgery? This is nothing more than his way of backing out of the future fight that they're supposed to have, which is good. Nobody wants to see it anyway, and we all know what's going to happen in the fight anyway. Just think about this. Let's just say he didn't have cataract surgery, all right? Or if they should wait for it. Errol is going to be the same fighter he was that night when he lost. So it's not going to make a difference on whether or not, he had the surgery or not. It's nothing more than an excuse to back out of the second fight, the rematch, which is good because, like I said, he going to go through the same thing. He going to lose again. Now, also this, I be seeing a lot of these people who out here make videos, they support only the fighters with big names because they want to do interviews. Now, to talk about the Frank Martin versus Tank, which that would be a good fight. I would like to see that. That would be a hell of a name for him to come back and fight, on his performance for Amazon broadcast. Amazon, that would be great for him to fight. But a lot of them don't bring up both parties when they talk about it. Now, I seen a clip where Tank Davis clearly was lying, saying that he hurt Frank Martin. But then there's another video, and I got this video on my channel. If y'all go and look up Frank Martin on my videos, where I got it recorded where him and the guy who was in the Mayweather gym acknowledged that he hurt Tank. And in fact, the guy said Floyd Mayweather was in the gym with them, and he had on some green gloves that Floyd had in his bag. The guy who was there on Frank Martin's side said they were sparring. They was about to spar. Frank Martin was told to go get some gloves out of Floyd Mayweather's bag, which was some green boxing gloves, and he went out there and he hurt Gervonta Tank Davis. But for some reason, these people who out here with these big platforms, they only show the size of the fighters that they like, the big name fighters. I don't know if it's because they want to do interviews or that if they see them, they want to interview them. But that's not really being a guy who should have a YouTube channel, or you should call a boxing journalist. You have to be fair and square. Now, with Teofimo Lopez, what's going on with him and Terrence Crawford, I can respect what Teofimo Lopez is saying. He's daring to be great. Regardless of what anybody think about him, how they feel about this situation. I think it's very, is I think is you should give him credit for even mentioning and saying he wants to fight Terrence Crawford. I think that if he were to beat Jermaine Ortiz, then I would say yes, he deserves I would like to see that fight because Jermaine Ortiz is not a pushover. This is the guy that gave Lomachenko a hell of a fight, in their fight. I think Jermaine Ortiz has skills. I think Jermaine Ortiz will give a lot of fighters out there problems. But the thing is, Jermaine Ortiz is coming up, I think, from 135, but it'll be a better situation for him, I think, because, all fighters fight at certain weight classes, but they are bigger. But if Teofimo Lopez can beat Jermaine Ortiz, then I could probably be like, okay, I would like to see that fight against Terrence Crawford. But Teofimo out here lying, though. I don't know why he said that in that video on Fight Hype or Fight Hub. He talking about if Terrence, you come over here and you fight me, you will make more money than you made in the Errol Spence fight. Teofimo, you on there, crying about you ain't even getting paid with Bob Arum. So how is it that Terrence gonna come over there and make more money with you when you ain't really getting paid by Bob Arum? That's been one of your gripes for like the past 2-3 years now. So I don't understand why he would go out there and say that. Tio accused Ortiz of PED before the fight. Well, if he did, that's on him to sign the fight. Teofimo, for him to be requesting so much money and doing so much, he need to keep his name hot. He keeps saying this and that about a fighter and this and that about a fighter. When you beat Josh Taylor, you're supposed to keep it going. You're supposed to have been stacking your name up, your money up, and then you can be out here griping about money. Me personally, I think Teofimo is a hell of a fighter. I think to me, in my opinion, I think Teofimo beats a lot of the fighters out there today. I think he beats a lot of them, but we're going to see what's going on with him and Jermaine Ortiz. I like what Tim Bradley said about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia disappointed the hell out of me. But a lot of y'all got to understand this. Ryan Garcia was trained in a gym, a garage with his father. That's why you see all the discrepancies in his defense, saying he can punch fast, he can punch hard. But that's why Tim Bradley was explaining to y'all. A lot of people thought Tim Bradley was hating on him. Tim Bradley wasn't hating on him. Riley is his best chance of getting a belt at 140. I don't think he beats Devin Haney. He runs from Devin Haney every possibility to get. He's been doing it since 135. He was a mandatory. He was a mandatory for Devin Haney's belt at one point. He said, "Oh, I'll see Devin Haney later on down in the." How much later is going to be, Ryan? That was like 5 years ago. He doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. To me, he doesn't want to fight Jose Ramirez, who Oscar trying to set up with him. And which I said, in my opinion, I think Oscar trying to get him beat up. He went out there, he talking all that trash about Bernal Hopkins and, Oscar De La Hoya. And I think they trying to get him set up to take a loss against Jose Ramirez in that fight. But it's like he doesn't want to fight anybody difficult. He rather just pussyfoot around and try to cherry pick his opponents. He did the same thing Floyd Mayweather did, like I told you, against when he had the poll of who would the fans want to see him fight, Amir Khan or Marcos Maidana. They voted for Amir Khan, but we got Marcos Maidana, instead. But Ryan is very disappointing at this point. I don't know why Ryan is in boxing. It seems as if he doesn't want to be a champion or something like that. I don't know what's going on with him. But I don't know why Riley Romero didn't take that fight. That would be a good fight for Riley. They'll make a lot of money fighting Ryan Garcia. I don't know if it was some stipulations or something like that. But even Riley has the opportunity to knock out Ryan Garcia. To me, Ryan Garcia, with the mistakes you saw in his last fight against Duarte, turning his back, lack of defense, still a lot of stuff the same, chin up high in the air. If Riley was to hit him in his chin, it'd probably be over with. But then I can't, due to Riley's lack of skill set, you can also see Riley losing to, losing to Ryan Garcia. Because to me, both of them are like Riley, really, to me, Ryan Garcia is like a B- C+ fighter, and Riley is like a C- negative. That's just my opinion. Riley is like a C- negative opponent. But when it comes to we got to talk about Terrence Crawford, the real face of boxing. They're trying to see who's next opponent gonna be. A lot of people saying it's gonna be Tim Tszyu. I think that'll be a good fight. That's a challenging fight, moving up, fighting a dangerous fighter like Tim Tszyu. People still talking about the Canelo Alvarez fight. A lot of people don't want to see it. Some do. I would want to see it. I think that, and you got to appreciate what Teddy Atlas said about Terrence Crawford, saying that he's a fighter that could fight in any era, and that's something special to say about a fighter of today's time, because a lot of these fighters right now, they wouldn't dare last, especially in the heavyweight division. The heavyweights of the day would not last at all in the 1990s or the 80s. What's going on with these dudes? No, they would not last. They wouldn't stand a chance in a ring with the guys or the Riddick Bowles and Lennox Lewis's. They wouldn't stand a chance. So for Teddy Atlas to say that Terrence Crawford is a fighter that could fit in any era of boxing, that should tell y'all what time it is. Forget the excuses, forget the hating, everybody's saying that Terrence fought handicapped fighters. But then this the question. What of those fighters that they're saying were handicapped? Because after he beat David Benavidez' brother, Jose Benavidez, he went on to win 2-3 more fights. 2 more fights, if I'm mistaken. 2-3 more fights after his loss to Terrence Crawford. So what if Terrence Crawford would have lost to Errol Spence, since y'all saying he handicapped or he was handicapped in that fight because his eye? What if he would have lost to Jose Benavidez Jr. and he would have lost to Errol Spence? Would y'all still have the same complaints and cries that they're out here saying now? Or is it because he went out there and he destroyed the fighters that, he was put in front of him, and now all of a sudden it's excuses? But I hope to see him fight somebody in the future. I really want to see the Canelo Alvarez fight, but it's unrealistic. He is up 3 weight classes from him, but due to Terrence Crawford's abilities, his timing, his power, which a lot of people were saying he was on steroids because he knocked out Spence. But I had something for that. You got to look at it like this. Okay, Terrence Crawford stopped Jose Benavidez, knocked him out in the 12th round. This was at 147, right? Okay, Jose Benavidez proceeds to move up and fight Danny Garcia at 154. Danny Garcia couldn't knock him out. Then he proceeds to go and fight Jamal Charlo last year, recently. He couldn't knock him out. So where is it that all this steroid accusation from Crawford is coming when you just cleanly heard me break down the fact that he knocked a man out at 47 that couldn't be knocked out at 154 and 160? So, that's just all I'm saying is people be talking, but they don't really understand what they be saying. Let me see what you're saying. Riley needs to be a model and keep it pushing. Ryan, like I said, I thought he was going to wear, model underwear or something. I don't know if he want to be an actor or something, but he's clearly not in the sport of boxing to be great. This man been around for years. I understand, respect to Ryan and his fans. He got a big fan base. He got a lot of support. But y'all as fans need to be questioning, why is Ryan not trying to be great? I don't think he beat Super Matias. I don't think he beats Teofimo Lopez. I don't think he wants to even try Devin Haney. He already fought Tank and made a dumb decision to try to take Tank fan base, went out there and got embarrassed. You shouldn't have even took that contract anyway, but, he decided to do it. Let me see. EJ needs to move from Bud. I don't believe he can win a rematch without the proper adjustment. It's going to be a lot of adjustments he's going to have to make because he one-dimensional. I've been saying that for years, and it took Terrence to go out there and prove to the world that he was one-dimensional. You can't go out there against a fighter like Bud doing the same thing that you've been doing half of your career. Jab, 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 body shot. It's not going to work. You can't beat Bud like that. You're gonna have to be a special fighter to go out there and beat Bud, and I don't think he around right now. As far as if he was to challenge himself and go up in size and fight somebody, would be a different situation. Then I could possibly say, yeah, that guy could probably beat him, because he's bigger. But that's what they were saying about Jeff Horn with Terrence. That's what they were saying about Errol Spence with him. They bigger. They gonna do this to him. They gonna do that. And you seen what happened. Well, we all seen what happened. It was a devastation. Matter of fact, where are the Spence fans? I ain't seen a Spence fan in so long. I haven't seen anything like that. I don't see them coming around no more. I don't see them talking about the big fish. Well, where are the Spence fans? You're a Spence fan, okay? Then where the rest of the team at? Because I ain't seen them nowhere in sight. They ain't been around in a long time. A long time. That I don't know where they at. They was up there. They was man down, and we smoking on bud, and now you don't hear nothing from him. But Errol Spence, I think is real wrong. I think it's real tacky for him to come and do what he keep doing. True enough, he didn't make no excuses after the fight, but then you go and have cataract surgery and you post it as if that's the reason that you lost that fight. And like they get their eyes checked, they get everything of their body checked before they get in the ring, y'all. They get everything checked. There's no. Why didn't he say that before he? I mean, why you just didn't take the fight? And then, hey, Showbiz tried to make a good point. Shout out to Showbiz, but Showbiz, you can't use that. Showbiz said the reason that he continued on with the fight is because he had already jumped out the Manny Pacquiao fight. So it would have made Errol look bad if he would have tried to continue to fight Bud and bagged out. No, Showbiz, nice try because you're an Errol Spence fan. What it was that he didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao was a southpaw and could move his feet fast. So instead, he went out there and he said something was wrong with his eye, and then went and jumped on a plane. You don't supposed to be on no airplane with no detached retina. Then he jumps on the airplane with a detached retina, right? Going over there with his boyfriend, with his homeboy, Yellow Beezy, and they going over there drinking and stuff. Right after that, it wasn't nothing wrong with that eye. Y'all stop believing just because Jamil, I said this about Charlo when he was trying to fight Tim Tszyu. These people got money. They can go visit a doctor and tell them to wrap a cast on their hand real fast, and they can cut it off right after they take a picture. Just because you see these fighters going around saying that they're injured does not mean that they are injured. Look at Rolly Romero. Rolly done held the WBA title for almost a year or something now. Somehow he injured. They just had to make Harry Davis, who was the mandatory for Ryan's belt. They had to make him fight Barroza. Riley was supposed to fight Harry Davis, but yet when it's time for a big money clash, see, they didn't want to fight. In my opinion, they didn't want to fight Harry Davis because they're like, we're not gonna lose no belt right now to a guy that ain't gonna give us that much money. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold out, say we injured, and then when somebody wants to come for the belt and challenge you with a big payday, we gonna take that. Riley wasn't injured. Riley wasn't injured, talking about his back and this. And what Riley not doing? Squats with 600 pounds or something? What's your back doing hurt? You messing with big girls or something, Riley? Get the hell out of here. Riley, wasn't nothing wrong with Riley. He just waited on a payday, a big fight, which I don't understand why he's turning down this fight right now. What's up, Mr. 18? Let me see. If I were to coach EJ, I would have a list of things he needs to fix to be more agile, more footwork, and he needs to use his lead hand more often. He got lazy right hand. Mostly all he does with his right hand is jab anyway. He'll throw he'll throw a body shot with it, this, that, and the other, but he needs to work on head movement and more combination punching. Head movement, footwork, and combination. Errol Spence don't use none of that. He just come forward. I'm finna show you Errol Spence fight playing. This is where he do every fight. Jab, 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 uppercut. He get in close. He'll throw a left hook. Jab, 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 jab. Get in close. Body shot. Then he throw a left hook. That's not gonna beat a fighter like Terrence Crawford. And I kept telling people that for 5 years that he need more in his arsenal to beat the man. It don't matter about no size. So when he destroyed him, I was sitting up in the house and I'm hollering and screaming because I'm like, I've been telling people for 5 years you need more than that to beat Terrence Crawford. Roy Jones Jr. said it best. When you see a fighter who's fighting competition and they are always pulling out their bags of tricks and everything in their arsenal to beat everybody like Crawford did, you can't expect a fighter who's fighting the same way every time and don't have to go into his bag of tricks to beat nobody, to beat a fighter that's doing that. And that was basically what Errol Spence was doing. He didn't have to go into a bag of tricks. He was fighting guys with smaller reaches, and that was flat-footed. Former 140-pound Chris Algieri, fighting fighters like that. Mikey Garcia, smaller fighter, don't move his feet for real. And y'all was sitting on this one, oh, he can beat Crawford. Look at what he did to this person. Look at what he did to that person. And it's levels. It's levels. You know, it takes more than that, you know, to beat a fighter. But I hope to see that would be a good fight. I could give Tank some credit if he actually fights Frank Martin. You know, Frank Martin trying to redeem himself, you know, from his ducking of Shakur Stevenson, which he could say it whichever way he wants to say it, and ain't no way he can put it. When you are offered a chance to be a champion and a bigger payday, and you back out of it, it ain't too much Frank Martin could say. And I know he's trying to redeem himself because he mentioned a name. What's the guy name? I can't think of his name. He a hell of a fighter at 135. And I know, what is this guy name? Because he said he wanted to fight him. But nobody's just mentioned his man's name at 135. And he held a deal with, he a Mexican fighter. Oh, what's his name? I can't think of it right now. But EJ fight forward too much. And fourth, I can't. You know, ain't nobody worried about Errol Spence. Errol Spence, you know, he might as well hang him up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a blueprint on how to beat him now. He done went and bagged out the fight, getting surgery. You know, then this the thing, though. This how you know he trying to make an excuse, because he didn't have to get on nothing and take a photo of his eye having surgery. So he trying to use that as an excuse on why he took that L. And that's embarrassing. You know, that's disrespectful to Terrence Crawford. You know, because these dudes got money, man. These dudes got health insurance. He could have easily bagged out the fight, showed proof. Hey, this is why I want to fight Terrence at my best. I got to have cataract surgery, this and that. And this the thing. Why they didn't, you mean to tell me you went and had surgery before by the detached retina and they didn't fix your eye then? They're going to let you get detached retina surgery first, and then you can come back and you're going to get cataract surgery after. Why they didn't fix all that when you was injured the first time? First of all, let's remember how this whole headbutt situation even happened. I mean, this whole detached retina situation even happened. He said he was headbutted and his retina got detached. Y'all remember that? He said he was headbutting and sparring and his retina got detached. Now, unless he was sparring a cone head, and y'all remember, a lot of y'all probably might not remember. You remember the show, the movie Cone Heads, where their head was, unless somebody actually stuck their head in his eye, how in the hell did Errol Spence get a detached retina? How did he get a detached retina? I don't understand it. Somebody let me know. So it's nothing more than an excuse, you know. That's the way I see it. You know, wasn't nothing wrong with him when he was beating up on Danny Garcia's and, you know what I'm saying, beating up on other fighters. Wasn't nothing wrong with him then. But now all of a sudden he got detached retina. But also we got the what's the fight? Ngannou versus AJ. I hate these type of fights because to me, but it brings exposure to the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's money, it's entertainment. They are prize fighters. They deserve to make as much money as they can. But a lot of people disagreeing with me. But I think Ngannou has a good chance of knocking out, you know, AJ. And the reason I say that is because AJ don't see left hooks. AJ been going through that his whole career. You know, AJ, respect to him. He a hell of a fighter. You know, risk his life for entertainment, not just bash him or nothing like that. You know, but I think if anybody Ngannou could beat is of course, in my opinion, Wilder. You know, Wilder is, oh my God. And I'm from Alabama, y'all, so I ain't bashing him or nothing. Salute to Wilder, man. You living good. You eating lobster and steak, baby. But at the same time, boy, you need to just retire, bro. Just retire. It ain't nothing else you could say. You know, Wilder can't throw a straight right hand to save his life. You know, and that was a horrible loss to Joseph Parker. That was a horrible loss to Joseph Parker. I want to see Tyson Fury versus Usyk. I think a lot of people keep saying that Usyk could do this and do that to Tyson Fury. I don't think so. But my only problem with that fight is Tyson Fury needs to work on his arsenal of punches. You can't keep trying to use that jab right hand stuff. Tyson Fury got to throw some left hooks. He got to, move, which he always move. But him and Sugar Hill, whoever going to be his coach for that fight, they going to have to step it up against a fighter like Usyk. You can't keep going to do that one trick pony, jab, right hand. No, y'all going to have to get in there, put that weight on Usyk, fight him in close quarters, move around, use that jab, You're going to have to do a lot to beat Usyk. I don't doubt Usyk, but the blueprint to beat Usyk is already there. If Tyson Fury come in there, let's just say he come in there big and heavy like he did against Deontay Wilder and start hitting Usyk with body shots, it's over right there. I told him years ago, even on my other channel before I switched it over, in my opinion, I plan to see Tyson Fury be the undisputed champion of the world. And I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to beat Usyk. I have no doubt in my mind he's going to beat Usyk. It's too simple to beat Usyk. We have seen several times how you beat Usyk. Keep hitting him to his body. Once you hit him to his body, he going to go down. He can't take body shots. So imagine a Tyson Fury who come in almost 300 pounds like he did against Wilder. Hitting him in his body, close quarters, grabbing him. It's over with. Tyson Fury going to beat Usyk. But I know a lot of people, they looking at it, they think that because he beat AJ, which I don't understand. AJ, how he lost to Usyk. He's standing right in front of him, man, but that's AJ being flat-footed. That's why he got a lot of his losses being flat-footed and standing there. And like I just said, that's why a lot of heavyweights couldn't deal with the 1990 heavyweights. They wouldn't dare make it in their era. When you this all I gotta say. Just go back and watch Riddick Bowe fights. Go back and watch Lennox Lewis fights. Go back and see how technical heavyweight fighters were in the 1980s and 90s. These fighters today wouldn't last in there. They wouldn't last. Like, I like to see Zhang versus a lot of these top name heavyweights. Where's the other big baby? What's the boy name? I can't think of his name. Jared Anderson. That's his name, Jared. This other big baby. Where is he at? He be doing a lot of talk. Him and Keyshawn Davis are like almost the same. They always doing a lot of capping about they'll do this and they gonna beat a big. Where is he at? Why he ain't fighting no Zangs or, why he ain't stepping up fighting no Hellenius and fighters, to show us that he on the level to get up there. What, Jared Anderson? Yeah. Where is he at? When he gonna fight a challenging fight? Jared Anderson about 17, 19 and 0, ain't it? I like to see him step up and see. I think he one thing good about Jared Anderson, I will say that he has the athleticism to be a very good technical fighter, but his stubbornness to rush for knockouts is gonna get him knocked out by the fighter that can really fight. I think that's we're gonna see that later on in the future when we see Jared Anderson get in the ring with a real, like a veteran fighter who. Well, it ain't that many heavyweights out there today that's actually. Let me see, like, what's that fighter? Frank Sanchez. I don't know where he at or where he been. I think he's a heavyweight, right? If we see Jared Anderson fight somebody like this, Jared Anderson gonna lose. And I'm not knocking the young man, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, because I ain't no hater, no man. Them dudes getting way more money than me. They rich, they millionaires, thousandaires, whatever. But once you see him get in the ring with somebody who is technical, a veteran, and smart, Jared Anderson gonna lose because he wants to knock out too bad. He wants to knock out too bad. He has the potential to be a great fighter, but he just need that technical ability because his athleticism is second to none. He reminds me a lot of Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? He got the movement. You know what I'm saying? But if he could get that real training that'll help him, he'll be a dangerous fighter, dangerous heavyweight. You'll see a lot of people ducking him. But I think his time is now to try to step up, in the heavyweight division and try to go and fight people. But this dude, Zhang, the big Asian guy, I think he Asian. He might be, I'm sorry if I said it wrong, he might be what they call them, or if you're Hawaiian or something like that, he looked more like that, But Zane is something to deal with. He's something to deal with. I like to see Zane versus Joseph Parker. They talking about that right now. Uh, Joseph Parker surprised me by going out and doing what he did to Wilder. This man shut Wilder out 12 rounds. Wilder did not win a round. I don't anybody who say that Deontay Wilder won a round in that fight, please stop watching boxing. And please don't have no YouTube. That man didn't win one round. Couldn't land one hook on this man. Couldn't land one hook on this man. He talking about it was timing, and some people saying he was in the little cooler freezer thing too long. That ain't got nothing to do with not even being able to land a jab. This man right in front of him, this, I don't even want to demonstrate it because it's just so embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Wild. Like I said, you a millionaire, man. You made it, you did your thing. Yeah, let's go Parker. Parker did his thing. I thought from him losing to AJ, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, and I'm sure a lot of people lost a lot of money, betting on that fight. Of course, who wouldn't bet on Deontay Wilder, the knockout artist, with a name that's really not that big in heavyweight division like Joseph Parker. So a lot of people lost money that night betting on Deontay Wilder. A lot of people. It wasn't a layoff. I don't know why people want to go and add layoffs to people why fighters are losing. Floyd and many others have been off for a year, almost 2 years, come right back in the ring and go do their thing. Floyd used to be off for a year and a half, year and 2 months, come right back in the ring and put a show on. Still got skill set, still doing it, you know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with it. So the fans got to quit, you know what I'm saying, giving these guys excuses. And that's their fault that they're not in the ring and they're waiting every 15 months. It's the big paydays. When fighters was broke and hungry, they fought every month, every week. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? The fighters should get paid a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, to take care of themselves, you know what I'm saying? But today's time, Mr. Haney destroyed it. I mean, look at my favorite fighter, Keith Thurman. I ain't seen Keith Thurman in the ring in almost 2 years. 2 years. But when fighters were poor and they were hungrier back in the days, the 50s, and that's why you seen the best fights. That's why you seen everybody fight everybody, because they weren't getting them big paydays. And in order to get them big paydays, you had to become like a legend. You had to become the face of boxing at that time. Why you think like Sugar Ray Leonard? Everybody wanted to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. The Sugar Ray Leonard had proved himself to get the money. So it wasn't just, I want a payday with Leonard. At the same time, fighters wanted to be great. I'm going to get this payday and I get to put him on my resume. They ain't doing that today. They want Ferraris dropped off at their front door to have to fight somebody. They got to give me 2 Ferraris. They got to give me 2 Ferraris, but this the face of boxing. Tank don't get the hell out of here. I don't know why people be so caught up on Tank, man. And Tank a hell of a fighter, but Tank is destroying boxing. Really, Floyd Mayweather and them destroy boxing. I'm just gonna be real with you. When you put the prize over legacy in the sport of boxing, you destroying the sport of boxing. Floyd destroyed it. Floyd and Al Haymon destroyed boxing. I'm just gonna be real with you. Don't nobody want to see it because they black channels and they hope they interview Floyd Mayweather one day. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Donate to the channel, support the channel. If you see this video, Floyd or whoever, as a fact, everybody who watching support this channel because it's one of the realest channels. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. But Floyd and them destroy boxing, and Tank destroying it too. Because Tank fans are I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's wrong. When Tank want to fight anybody that he can knock out, fight made. When it's time to fight the Devin Haney's and Teofimo Lopez's, he's the A side. They don't sell as much as me. I make more money than them. I'm a pay-per-view star. But why you won't say all that when you fighting Isaac Cruz's and Hector Luis Garcia's? But when it's time to fight Devin, they got to drop off 2 Ferraris at my house. They got to drop off 2 Ferraris at my house. It don't make sense, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I think Tank, honestly, Tank has a great chance of beating Devin Haney. But then I think later on in the rounds, Devin Haney's IQ and the way he fights, creating distance with that jab, will take over and beat Tank. I think if Tank don't hit Devin Haney early in a fight, he gonna lose. If Tank can't get Devin Haney out the fight early, knock him out like before the fifth, sixth round, he gonna lose that fight. He gonna lose. Y'all done seen Tank losing rounds against Riley Romero. Am I lying? Y'all done seen Tank losing rounds against Leo Santa Cruz. Am I lying? So I think that if him and, like Devin said, Tank do everything but scream, let's fight. Let's fight. And a lot of them don't want, and another fighter that's coming up that's very skillful, Richard Hitchens. Richard Hitchens, I want to see him in the ring fighting somebody. That boy got skills too. I would love to see him versus Shakur. I've been hearing they going back and forth at each other, but I would love to see Richard Hitchens versus Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson beats Tank and Devin Haney. In my opinion, I always tell y'all that ain't nobody gonna beat Shakur. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I know he had a bad performance. A lot of people was upset with him. I was upset with him because I bought that subscription to ESPN. They keep hitting my card trying to buy it, but I went to sleep on the fight. I'm gonna be real with you. That's how honest I am. I be fans of the dudes, but I'm not gonna lie for him. I went to sleep on Shakur Stevenson last fight. But when it comes to him fighting Tank or Devin Haney, he beats him. He's the pressure of how he fights will slow Tank down. Devin Haney, he would just outbox Devin Haney. Devin Haney, with the way Shakur, what I think their problem is with Shakur? When he plants himself in front of you and you can't hit him, and the whole time he beating you up, that'll destroy a fighter's mind. When look how he look, I'm talking just look how he was doing Jamel Herring, and I'm not saying that Devin Haney is Jamel Herring or Oscar Valdez. Just look how he was doing Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring, and his other opponents that he done faced. Is he stand there? Don't move. Don't. A lot of people say Shakur run. He don't run. He stand there. You throwing. He ain't moving. Probably step back sometimes, and he's standing right there, just pounding on you. They don't want to see Shakur. They don't want to see Shakur. Y'all seen what he was doing to David Haney back in the day. When let me tell you something. When your father get caught on camera saying that you lucky to have a good day against Shakur in the gym, and y'all wondering why that fight didn't happen? Y'all wondering why that fight didn't happen? Man, Shakur smoke all of them. All of them, I'm telling you. But I just want to, I wonder what's next for Shakur Stevenson. Jermaine Ortiz and him was supposed to fight. That was a fight I would have liked to see, Jermaine Ortiz versus him. I want to see somebody fight Sergio Matias. That's what I want to see. All this talking about you the best and this and that. I keep noticing they keep skipping Matias. Now, I ain't saying Matias got all the skills to pay the bills. I ain't saying he the toughest fighter out there. But why ain't nobody out there calling out Sergio name? And he calling out all their names. And I really think a lot of them will probably, Sergio Matias will beat Ryan Garcia. I think he'll take the fight. I don't know. That's like a 50-50 fight with him and Teofimo Lopez. But nobody's screaming Sergio Matias' name. Nobody. And then that's a name they should be out there screaming because he's a threat. Hold on, I got to smoke a cigarette. That's a name they should be out there screaming for. But I don't hear nobody saying nothing. Let me see what you're saying. Keith Thurman a joke, but one time was dangerous once time. Keith Thurman brought me back to boxing, bro. I don't know what he doing now. They need to take that flute away and that piano away from him. They need to get that flute and that piano away from him and bring my boy back to boxing. He was the truth, man. Why Devin ain't say all this when he fought Kambosos? Took that B-side with pride. Why is it so hard to be the B-side with Tank? Because Tank ain't accomplished what he didn't accomplish. Tank ain't accomplished what Devin ain't accomplished. Why he gotta be the B side? That's exactly what I'm saying. Fans are getting pay-per-view numbers, putting pay-per-view numbers over legacy. Y'all putting pay-per-view numbers over legacy. Where does Tank get close to what Devin Haney has? Tank ain't never even been unified. Tank ain't even been unified. And y'all saying he's supposed to be the A side? Undisputed is the biggest accomplishment in boxing. Devin Haney is young as hell, undisputed. And y'all saying why he gotta be the B side? This man that went up 2 divisions and became champion. Tank. Y'all, come on, man. Be right, man. Be fair. I understand a lot of people don't like Devin Haney. I understand he may not be as popular as Tank. But come on, man. Be real. How in the hell you gonna negotiate saying you the A side when you ain't even did nothing compared to what I did? Tank ain't fought Lomachenko, and which I feel Devin Haney lost to Lomachenko, but he fought him. Tank ain't did nothing. Yeah, Shakur a bad boy, man. Shakur a bad boy. Fortnite, what's up with you? Brandon Miller, what you think about Tank versus T.O.? T.O. beat Tank. I know a lot of people like to criticize Teofimo for that Kambosos loss. You know what I'm saying? I can understand it. Y'all like, he lost to Kambosos, how he gonna beat Tank? If you want to, nobody never mentioned this, but if that fight between him and Lomachenko would have went 15 rounds, he would have lost to Lomachenko. But I learned this: focus, nothing wrong with Teofimo, will beat somebody up, and I think a focus, good condition, Teofimo Lopez will beat Tank. You knows that Tank don't ever mention Teofimo Lopez's name. Now, am I lying about that? Y'all hit the like button if you're watching, please. Please hit them like buttons. It help the channel. Please hit them like buttons. Also, support the channel. Donate to the channel. I ain't rich, baby. I'm trying to be. So hit them like buttons. But Tank a special fighter. Tank a hell of a fighter, but I think Teofimo Lopez beat him. Haney is the favorite on betting odds because he accomplished more and because skills. But Tank A side because he is the one that brings the money, and boxing is a business. That's understandable, and I respect that. But at the same time, when it comes to West being more accomplished in the sport of boxing, that should be over who makes the most pay-per-views, in my opinion. You should not be the ace. You should not be the A side just because you've been on pay-per-view. But yet you ain't doing nothing for real. You ain't fighting the caliber competition that this man is out here fighting. To me, that don't make you the A side. I understand he the money man. A lot of people want to fight Tank because, you know, they get a big payday. But Tank ain't doing nothing. Tank giving y'all B- opponents and draining folks, and y'all saying that he the A side. Devin Haney just went and fought Regis Prograis, a killer at 140. Who Tank them fought? Who Tank them fought that's a killer? Who Tank them fought that's a killer now? Come on, let's just be real. I believe Tank doesn't want to fight Devin because Devin has grown as a fighter. And he don't want to fight Devin because he know that Devin will outskill him. In the later rounds, Devin will outskill Tank. Tank be down on the cards. If Devin Haney get a lead on Tank, it's over with. If Tank got to knock Devin Haney out right in the beginning of the fight, if Tank can't knock out Devin Haney, y'all come on now, be real. I just mentioned it. Tank was losing to Riley. Tank admitted that he be nervous in the ring. He was scared of fighting Riley. He was nervous fighting Riley. What you think he ain't gonna be nervous fighting Devin Haney? Come on, man. All that lies y'all keep hearing, AB and them talking about Tank wasn't in shape. Tank was in shape when they sparred. And he was younger than Devin Haney was younger than Tank. Tank don't want to see that boy. Tank don't want to see Shakur. Tank want to get they're using the Floyd Mayweather process. Low reward, low risk, high reward. Low risk, high reward. Devin Haney and them could come out and offer Tank $1 billion. He's still gonna have an excuse. He's still gonna have an excuse, y'all. He do not want to make. Why is if the shoe was on the other foot and that was Devin Haney, y'all would say Devin Haney ducking. If Devin Haney got on film on Twitter and said them oil men, the men in Saudi Arabia got to bring 2 cars to his house, y'all would say Devin Haney ducking. But y'all won't say that Tank is ducking Devin Haney. Come on, man. Y'all got to get out that Tank mindset. He a hell of a fighter. I'm not hating on the man. The boy got skills like hell. But Tank ain't what y'all think he is. Tank don't want to be great. Tank gonna be his career gonna be remembered for this. I guarantee y'all. Tank gonna be remembered for this. Shakur can't beat Devin anymore. Devin fights more southpaws. He knows them southpaws ain't Shakur Stevenson. Them southpaws ain't Shakur Stevenson. Shakur on another level, bro. He's on another level. I'm telling y'all, he on another level. Why you think that man ducked and went to 140 and did not fight him? Why you think they ran and went up there talking about so that man outbidded himself and this, that, and the other? That man ain't outbid himself. They know what that boy capable of. They've been knowing each other for years. Devin could never beat Shakur Stevenson. Devin could never beat on Shakur Stevenson. And he took off. And he ran. Or if Shakur can punch between Devin's shots, he got a chance to beat Devin. That's all he gonna be doing to Devin. Is punching in between his shots. Countering the hell out of Devin. See, that jab ain't gonna mean nothing to Shakur. That jab, Shakur is what one of the fighters that get hit less. That jab ain't gonna work against Shakur. You gotta have more than that jab. We seen against Lomachenko, if you take away Devin Haney's jab, he become a regular fighter. Devin's jab is his bread and butter. So we will never get that fight. Nah, we ain't getting that fight. Do you think Loma will ever do the unthinkable and go to 140 and rematch Devin or T.O.? He shouldn't. Lomachenko is too small. Lomachenko too small. He too small to go to 140. And look what he was doing with Devin right then and there at 135 in that fight. Lomachenko is really a 130-pounder, a small fighter, bro, who was giving Devin Haney hell that fight. No, he should not go up to 140 and face Devin Haney. He's supposed to won that night. That man won that fight, y'all. But they robbed him. I hate that they robbed Lomachenko, and I know I'm not supposed to say that because I'm a black guy. I'm supposed to just go pro-black and say, oh, Devin won that fight because he's black. He did not win that fight. No. Even Shakur Stevenson got in the ring and said, Devin ain't winning that fight. Devin didn't win. Hit the like button, please. If you're watching, please hit them like buttons, man. Also, donate to the channel, support the channel. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rich over here. We trying to get Devin Haney money over here. Support your boy. Support your boy. You take away his jab, he becomes the same fighter. What's up, Ahmad? How you doing, man? You take away the same, you take that away, he's not. Then of course we got David Benavidez versus David Morrell and Canelo Tony. They'll lose. Canelo gonna lose. What you look up? So you look up Anthony Mackie from the Vision. Why would I look up? We ain't talking about that, bro. Oh no. No, sir. Now, if Shakur doesn't fight Devin, then his career gonna be like Marvin Hagler. Mark my words. Uh, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. His career gonna be like Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler had a good career, but he didn't have the name fights like Shakur had already. Shakur already a two-time divisional champion. I mean, well, he a two divisional champion. So I wouldn't say that. No. Canelo versus Terrence, man. That's a dangerous fight for Terrence Crawford. But I think from Crawford's skill set and his abilities, he might be able to pull it off. All you gotta any fight. Look, with Canelo throwing them wide shots and wide opening hooks and stuff like that. Look at Terrence Crawford's timing. Terrence Crawford got great timing. I think that if Crawford was to punch in, Canelo, use his time and grab him, turn him, clinch him, he can beat Canelo Alvarez. But this the thing though, nobody's paying attention to. Why isn't Canelo Alvarez taking that off him? He done fought smaller fighters before. He done fought Josito Lopez. He fought Amir Khan. He just fought Jamel Charlo. So maybe a lot of people just running their mouth and not seeing that even Canelo Alvarez thinks that he's a threat. Because why ain't he jumping on that fight? He'll jump on it with anybody else. But then people got to understand this too. Canelo's supposed to be the face of boxing, right? But this the same guy, another guy, like y'all say about Tank, he the face of boxing. Another guy that's not willing to fight the good competition that's in his weight class. He just running around talking about he the best and this, that, and the other, but he fighting Jamel Charlos. And this the thing about it, he got no static for it. Everybody was so happy and so ready to see him versus Jamel Charlo that nobody mentioned that this dude is not in your weight class. Why are you fighting him instead of making a fight with somebody at 168 who deserve a title shot? Then nobody say nothing about that. Nobody. He got full credit for going out there and fight a guy 2 divisions smaller than him. David Benavidez has been fighting everything that this man won't fight. He told David Benavidez, you and Demetrius Andrade need to fight each other, but then still won't get a man title shot. Canelo ain't even got a date right now, from what I understand. Nor does David Benavidez. But I think that David Benavidez needs to go fight David Morrell. And not saying that he needs to. He can clear that out from him being picked over David Morrell. Because, see, to me, that would be an easier challenge for Canelo to go pick because Canelo is a vet and he got more seasoning. He got more knowledge of boxing, fighting big fights. So they'll go jump on David Morrell over David Benavidez. David Benavidez need to go beat David Morrell to cancel that, to put an X on it. Like, why would you fight David Morrell now when I beat David Morrell? See, I think that David Benavidez need to clear out 168 and leave Canelo no choice but to fight him. Let me see. Canelo knows how to pick his cherries. Oh, yeah, he knows how to pick his cherries. Let me see. I think Crawford could possibly win. That's what I'm saying. Loman Delva and T.O. ducking Shakur. So who are you going to fight to make him great? I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough titty for Shakur Stevenson. Because they know what Shakur capable of, but like you said, they ain't gonna give him the fights. They're not gonna give him the fights. You seen Devin run. You seen Tank is now with the Super WBA champion at 135. That's a unification fight. We ain't seen them say nothing about Shakur. But Shakur, he coming off that, so-called hand injury, they say. I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen no proof, so I'm going to say so-called. I told y'all I give it to you real. I don't care who they is. I'm going to tell you the truth in my opinion. So-called hand injury. So right now, he can't take a fight. He had to take 3 months off due to his hand. But I think it's about time up for that. But then still, he got to train and make sure his hand good. So right now, Shakur probably shouldn't jump in the ring with a Tank or nobody of that caliber. I think probably in about 2 more months, then we'll probably see Shakur back and ready to fight. Let me see. I think Canelo and David might be scared if Morrell upset him, so Canelo would skip David and go straight for Morrell. That's what I'm saying. That's why he needs. That's why David Benavidez need to go and fight David Morrell now. Get him out the way. It'll embarrass. It will embarrass Canelo even more if he were to skip over David Benavidez and fight David Morrell. If David Benavidez already done beat David Morrell, so he need to go and clear that up. Beat him. He beat Andrade. He beat David Benavidez. I mean, he beat Caleb Plant. So, if he go and fight David Morrell, it's nobody left for him to go skip over him with. I think Canelo and Bivol are trying to make something happen. Canelo need to leave Bivol alone. Leave Bivol alone. It ain't gonna help him none to go out there and fight Bivol again. He already took that loss. He can't redeem that loss. He's not gonna beat Bivol. He's not gonna beat Bivol. There's no point. They shouldn't even make that again. He needs to give the fans what they want to see. He can redeem that loss to Bivol. People will forget about him losing to Bivol if he beat David Benavidez. People will forget about Canelo Alvarez losing to Bivol if he goes and fights David Benavidez. But unfortunately, he ain't focused on that. But this is the face of boxing. This is what y'all say is the face of boxing. Guys that won't even go out there and fight guys. But, it's different stroke for me. To me, Terrence Crawford is the face of boxing. He's just not getting the acknowledgement or the credit that he deserves for being the face of boxing. Because he got people coming out discrediting him, having eye surgeries and stuff, saying like he won, fluke wins, and that's horrible. Ayo is the cops. He's gay like P. Diddy party. Ayo, who is Ayo? Is the oops? Yes, Canelo always spitting on his fans by ducking Dave. Yeah, but he get a lot of support though. That's the thing, like I tell y'all all the time, all y'all got to do is not pay for the fights. The reason people got the Ryan Garcia versus Tank fight is because Showtime was tired of buying and making fights for Tank that wouldn't mean nothing. Showtime wanted their money back the same way Showtime did Floyd Mayweather. Y'all, we wouldn't have got the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd fight if Showtime didn't demand it. Floyd would have left boxing without fighting Manny Pacquiao. No, Showtime don't do them dirty. Showtime is a business. We keep investing in all these lackluster fights because y'all giving people BS fights. We want to recuperate our money. So you got to go and fight somebody. And that's going to be the same thing with Amazon. Amazon ain't finna play with PBC. Amazon is not finna play with PBC. No, y'all going to give us some fights. So why you think it's taking so long for Tank to find an opponent? They moving around right now trying to find somebody who's willing to take a rehydration clause to fight Tank. Tank been out of jail. Tank was out of jail last summer. So why is it taking so long to find an opponent? They trying to find somebody who willing to say, okay, I'll take a rehydration clause or I'll fight at a cash weight to fight Tank. They can't find nobody. They can't find nobody. Ain't nobody coming. Mr. Shields need to leave boxing alone. Yeah, it's coming out as time go. It's coming out as time go. The whole world, they don't see it yet, but they gonna see it in a minute. Carissa Shields ain't nothing but a little boy running around with hormone pills, no chest, no nothing. Let me see. The Call of Duty Kool-Aid and rubbing alcohol is not. I don't know who this dude is. He need help. He needs something to do. But it's sad what's going on in the sport of boxing. I'm sure y'all heard Big Baby Miller got arrested. Said he's threw some dude at his car. I guess they was trying to take his car from him or something. You know, I'd like to see Big Baby Daniel Dubois. Zane versus Dubois is a good fight. I like to see that, but I think Zane will knock out Dubois. And I see Dubois trained very hard to fight Big Baby. He was in the best shape I ever seen Daniel Dubois in, and I was calling Daniel Dubois a quitter. But he came out and he showed himself against Jarrell Miller. Even though I think it would have been a better fight, or I think that Jarrell Miller would have won if he would have been in shape. Jarrell Miller, is at that time was 300 pounds. He was clearly out of shape, but he chose to get in the ring. He signed a contract, but I think in shape, Jarrell Miller would have beat the boys, in my opinion. Zane fighting for Parker. Zane gonna beat Parker. Zane gonna beat Parker. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's gonna be a good fight. Wild ain't got no skills. Wild ain't got nothing but a right hand, no head movement, no footwork, a sorry jab. No. The boxing has become soft. It was already corrupt. Now it's too soft. It's just like basketball, the NBA. The NBA soft as hell too. That's why I don't watch it no more. That's why I don't understand. LeBron James would never make it in the old NBA. But because of this today's era, LeBron James is now known as King James. But if this was 1987, he was playing the Detroit Pistons, or 1991, you would see LeBron James get knocked out the air. Let me see who we missing, who we talking about, who we ain't talking about. My boy Tevin Farmer. I'm loving that. Tevin Farmer, he in the game. Tevin Farmer is back. I can't wait to see him, at 135 campaign, go up there and fight some guys. I always wanted to see him and Tank fight. So that's another fighter Tank didn't fight, Tevin Farmer. He didn't fight Vasil Lomachenko. But he'll get y'all Hector Luis Garcias and Isaac Cruz's and come on, man. Come on with Tank. He'll be all time great, but he ain't nowhere MJ. Yes. But what's up with this Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather 2 rematch? Somebody, it's an exhibition. Don't want to see it, don't care to see it. Manny Pacquiao fans really have proved that, Floyd really beat Manny Pacquiao. They don't really understand it. They don't see it yet, but y'all really are proving that Floyd beat him. Because, like I said, why would you keep asking to fight somebody who you say you already beat? That's just common sense. If you got to fight one day in your neighborhood and you beat a guy up, but he tell everybody he won, but every time he see you, he want to fight you again, he didn't win that fight. So Manny Pacquiao and his fan base are really out there proving that Floyd really beat him, fair and square, hands down, because you don't ask for rematches or keep trying to get back from a guy that you won from. If anything, Floyd will be asking, come on, Manny Pacquiao, let's fight. Let's do an exhibition or something like that. No, he lost. He didn't have enough to beat him. That's all it was. But I want to see somebody go challenge Matias. I thought Matias was just a regular rock'em sock'em robot, but he kind of smart in the ring. I like how Matias, when he get in the ring, he tests the fight out. He see what they got for like 2 rounds, and then he go into attack mode. And I think he's a major threat at 140. And as you can see, nobody's calling us. Then, he can kill somebody in the ring before. Not to brag about it or nothing like that. But, he got a body in the ring. So, of course, these guys going to be ducking around. Oh, I want to fight Tio. I want to fight him. I want to fight Riley. But here go Matias sitting up there with a title. Matias got a title too, but don't nobody want to mention his name and go and fight Matias. Let me see. Whoa. My bad. Floyd and Manny need to go away. Yeah, they need to. They need to. They just in a way. They just in a way. That's all it is. I watched Pac versus Floyd for the first time a few weeks ago, and to be honest, I don't know who won, but the fact is that the refs allowed Floyd to clinch so much so much was just corny. Well, to me, you know what I'm saying, I agree with you about the clinching. I agree with you about that. But at the end of the day, Floyd did more. You know, Manny had went the fourth round. You know what I'm saying? Landed about Manny ain't do enough to beat Floyd. But I understand about the clinching. You know, yeah, but that's all in the part of boxing though. I mean, you don't supposed to clinch that much. I mean, you go back and you watch tape of legendary fighters, and legendary fights, they ain't used to do all that clinching. But any way to get the W, any way to get the W, that's what matters. Matias has special effects straight up and down. Has no special effects. No, he don't. Yeah, but he tough though. I just want to see somebody challenge themselves again. I'm not saying that Matias will beat Autumn at 140, but I just want to hear somebody say his name. Just at least give yourself the challenge of going out there and fighting the biggest threat at 140. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just at least mention his name. I want Haney to continue the path to greatness and fight Matias. That would be a huge fight for his career. Yeah, especially after coming off fighting Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody else want to fight him. Ryan Garcia he don't know what he want to do. He trying to cherry pick. Oscar De La Hoya trying to give him Jose Ramirez. He don't want to see Jose Ramirez either. So no Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is a credible name. That's damn near like getting a belt without a belt fighting Jose Ramirez. You get credibility. You get acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? But then I know how you beat Jose Ramirez. If you keep a jab on Jose Ramirez's face, he can't do nothing. Josh Taylor is like that too. If you don't fight Josh Taylor in close quarters in that phone booth fight, you beat Josh Taylor. You put a jab in Josh Taylor's face, he don't know what to do. It's three of them. Virgil Ortiz, Josh Taylor, and Jose Ramirez. If you keep a jab in their face, you can beat them. And if you think I'm lying, just go watch some of their fights. I learned that when Jose Ramirez fought Maurice Hooker. If Maurice Hooker would have just kept a jab, kept using that long jab, he beat him 3 rounds straight. 3 rounds straight using his jab. When he stopped using his jab, Jose Ramirez came in with them combinations and went to beating him up. Yeah, Haney ain't gonna fight Matias because he too much. Now, y'all, I got to say this, but people don't like it. Haney does a lot of cherry picking too. Devin Haney fights you after he sees that he can beat you. That's what Devin Haney does. When Devin Haney sees a chink in your armor, then he'll fight you. They fought Regis Prograis. You know why they fought Regis Prograis. Flat-footed, this, that, and the other. And yes, I did drop the ball on that fight. I'll be honest with y'all. I dropped the ball on that fight. I was rude and I was being a little biased. I wanted my boy Regis to go out there and hurt Devin Haney. But as far as skill set, yeah, they scouted him well. When Bill Haney went to that fight and watched Devin Haney, Regis Prograis fight against Zorilla, they knew they could beat him. But they're not gonna pick a fighter that they think that could really get him a chance, especially against the Lomachenko fight. They ain't finna do that. He old fighters. He fight fighters 35 and up. I like to see Devin. See that Devin got the. We'll see from his next opponent. That's basically what I'm saying. When Devin pick his next opponent, if it ain't a Sergio Matias, if it's somebody who we ain't really seen or something like that, that's gonna show y'all what's up with Devin Haney, how he pick fights. Just watch Bill Haney's movement. That's all you gotta do. Watch Bill. If you see Bill going to a 140-pound fight, then you're gonna be okay. That's who they gonna fight next. Just watch Bill Haney, and it ain't gonna be nobody big. It ain't gonna be nobody big with a big name that I'm talking about. It ain't gonna be nobody with a big name. Just watch how Bill move. Bill gonna go scout the fight. Call Devin. We gonna fight this person, and then they gonna make the fight. I'm telling you, they fight everybody after they don't look good in fights. When they don't look good, that's when you're gonna get picked. If you out there knocking people out, Bill Haney them not finna pick you to fight. They not finna pick you to fight. Devin will be the next great cherry picker, Mama. Yeah, Devin. I think Devin gonna have a great career because Devin been behind the scenes in boxing so long. He know how to move in his career. You know, Bill Haney is out there saying, it's no longer the Floyd Mayweather era, it's the Devin Haney era. But if people ain't really paying attention, they really copying how Floyd moved to get to that era, to get to the status to say it was a Mayweather era. Devin Haney is using the same blueprint that Floyd used, the same exact blueprint. He using the same exact blueprint. But the only difference is he's accomplished more than Floyd Mayweather already. He's accomplished more than Floyd already, but he's using the same blueprint. They look bad, we gonna fight them. It look like we can beat them, we gonna fight them. If their skills ain't up to ours, we know their skills ain't up to our level, we gonna fight them. But hey, you got to give him credit though. He's fighting the fights that's necessary to be considered legendary in boxing in his future. You got to give him credit though. Tank ain't fighting Lomachenko. Tank ain't fighting. Shakur Stevenson trying to fight Kambosos. No, this is what I gotta ask y'all about. Kambosos versus Lomachenko. Who y'all think gonna win? Yeah, Floyd's resume is 20 times better than Devin Haney. That's because Devin Haney is only 25, 24 years old. Yeah, his resume is better, but he ain't accomplished more than Devin Haney. That's what's sad, that he got a whole Mayweather era, but he ain't accomplished what this man did already in the sport of boxing. Floyd has never been undisputed. Undisputed is the biggest accomplishment in boxing. I keep telling people that, not pound for pound. Undisputed is the biggest thing. Let me see. They already were talking about the 147 fight that want to fight Thurman. Now they're talking about Broner. Shit, exactly. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? They want to move. They know how to pick. They pick names. They pick Keith Thurman. Somebody ain't been in the ring for years. You see what I'm saying? We'll go to 147 and fight Keith Thurman. Why you won't fight Boots? Why you won't call out Terrence? They're going to go and pick the weakest. I hate to say this about Keith Thurman because that's my favorite fighter. But at this time, you're going to go and find the weakest link with the biggest name at 147, which is right now, Keith Thurman. Then y'all going to talk about fighting Adrian Broner, who stay arguing in McDonald's over food. Not the same AB. You see what I'm saying? Devin Haney gonna have a great resume, but his resume gonna be consisted of fighters coming off losses, long layoffs, and who are older and on their way out the door. He gonna have a great resume when he leave, even though he did not beat Vasyl Lomachenko. He gonna have a great resume when he leave. It's smart moving by the Haneys. You gotta give them their credit. You know what I'm saying? Smart moving. But then, he is still trying to get, one thing about it, he is moving a certain way, but I at least appreciate him trying to fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him trying to fight Tank. You got to give Devin credit for that. He moving, in a cherry pickish way, getting big names. He's smart as hell, him and his team. But to call out Tank, that's he can't make Tank, you know what I'm saying? Tank, he ain't going to ask Tank to go down and wait or nothing like that. Tank is the problem. And I don't see how everybody can't see that. Tank don't want to fight. Tank done been up to 140 before. For some reason, everybody's crying about Devin Haney's weight. Devin Haney getting bigger. He had a lot of fighters do that. David Benavidez do it. Errol Spence do it. A lot of fighters be bigger than what they supposed to be and then drain down to it. When Errol Spence was doing it, y'all said it don't matter. But see, the thing is, the problem why they don't like it with Devin Haney, because they know he gonna be bigger on fight night and he can fight. That's why they don't want it with Devin. They know he gonna be bigger on fight night and he can fight. So they don't want to get in the ring with him like that. If Tank wanted to fight, we'll have the fight. Tank ain't got no fight signed up. Devin ain't got no fight signed up. You think Amazon ain't set no date for Tank to fight? Amazon Prime would love to wait out for a Devin Haney versus Tank Davis fight. Tank don't want that fight. Every time it's time for him to fight, we just talking about box, whatever you want to talk about, Cole. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please go support the channel. Please hit the like button. Please go support the channel. We just talking about boxing. Where Tank fight? They're about to announce his fight. Yeah, they say it's supposed to be in the upcoming weeks, but it ain't Devin Haney. It ain't a Shakur Stevenson. That is a huge fight. Why y'all think Devin Haney versus so what's a huge fight for Tank right now? What's a huge fight? But Teofimo already he finna fight Ortiz, Jermaine Ortiz. Why everybody say that that's not a big fight when it's time for Tank to fight Devin? So let me ask you this: was Hector Garcia versus Tank was a big fight, right? Isaac Cruz versus Tank that was on pay-per-view was a big fight, right? But when it comes to Devin, that ain't a big fight. That ain't a big fight. What's my thoughts on Mike Tyson? Stage career fighter, hyped up to be a pay-per-view star. That's my thoughts on Mike Tyson. Black man got money, happy to see him eat. But when you ask me about boxing, what's my thoughts on Mike Tyson? Stage fighter, his career was made up. A lot of fights was rigged, and he was put up to put people in seats. That's my opinion on Mike Tyson. No, Nicholas, no, that would not be decent. Tank fought him with one hand, and look how I be. People think I be bashing Tank. People think I be bashing Tank. Look, Tank fought Isaac Cruz with one hand. There's no need for no rematch. Tank would beat the hell out of Isaac Cruz in a rematch. He fought him with one hand. Please don't keep screaming that, because when they see the fans, they have people scouting the internet too. If they keep scrolling down in the comments and seeing y'all saying about an Isaac Cruz rematch, guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna be announced next week? Just want to say Virgil Ortiz is back stronger than ever. What do you think would be a great fight for him, or a tough fight for him? Danny Garcia. They both at 154 now. I'd like to see him versus Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, Erickson Lubin, Fundora. There's a lot of fighters up there at 154, man. There's a lot of fighters at 154. We got Charlo up there. Even though, Charlo going through some things right now, you know what I'm saying? But I'd like to see Virgil Ortiz versus Danny Garcia. I wish somebody had laughed at me when I had exposed it, but Danny Garcia, the only reason Danny Garcia left 147 because he was finna be a gatekeeper. He was finna be a gatekeeper. But even though with his losses, nobody give, Lomachenko his credit for his resume. I think Lomachenko got a great resume. And he done did some cherry picking too. I don't like how he made Rigondeaux come up in weight. You know, Lomachenko done did some stuff too in his career. You know what I'm saying? Some cherry picking type stuff, especially about Rigondeaux. But he got a hell of a resume. Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. He done challenged himself. He got one of the best resumes in boxing, for real. I'd probably say besides the old fighters like Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya's, and you know what I'm saying. As of today, he got one of the best resumes in boxing. Charlo's done, no cap. I don't know. I wanted to see that Terrence Crawford versus Charlo fight so bad, but due to the fact of him losing, to Canelo the way he did, it took the fire away from it. In which anybody who thought that Charlo was going up there to beat Canelo, you clearly don't know nothing about boxing. Ain't no way in hell he finna go up there and beat no Canelo Alvarez at the Canelo Alvarez weight class. That's not gonna happen. Charlo ain't got enough skills to do that. Now Charlo a dangerous fighter at 154. He an animal. But nah, stop it, Easy Bud would kill Charlo, but he did my boy like he did my boy Spences. Yeah, it will be a challenging fight. It's most definitely gonna be a challenging fight. But I'm just saying, Charlo ain't Bud. They two different fighters. I think Charlo would beat Errol Spence. Then they both got power, Terrence and Spence supposed to have power. Remember, Spence supposed to have power, but Charlo and Bud, that would have been a great fight right there. I think Bud could beat Canelo Alvarez too, but people gonna look at you like you crazy. I think that let me put it to you like it's gonna be one of Terrence's toughest fights in his life, but I think he has the boxing ability and the smartness to beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo punches too wide with his punch. You can catch him in between them. And Terrence is a very smart fighter, and his timing is second to none. Terrence got great timing. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Y'all remember when Errol Spence threw that hook and just went down out of nowhere, and nobody seen that Terrence threw an uppercut after he threw that hook? Y'all remember that in the fight, right? When Errol and Terrence was fighting, and next thing you know, Errol just hit the mat, and then nobody know till they showed the replay. And when he punched Crawford was already throwing the uppercut. Floyd, I don't know why I keep saying it, but Terrence is very smart and intelligent when it comes to fighting, y'all. Yeah, against the ropes. His timing and how to throw a punch and where to throw it is crazy. You just look at Canelo coming out with them wide hooks, and man, he gonna been thrown. By the time he opened up, Terrence he gonna been and hit Canelo Alvarez 3-4 times in the face before he could finish a hook. So that's why I think he'll beat Canelo Alvarez. Not that I'm just a Bud fan, fanatic, or nothing like that. It's very dangerous for him to go out there and fight this man. But I think he got the defense. I think he's smart enough. I think he got the ability enough to go out there and beat Canelo. Not by knockout. I'm not saying he'll knock Canelo out, but he will outsmart the hell out of Canelo. Yeah, he'll outbox the hell out of Canelo. Let me see. We got about 6 minutes left. I've been on for an hour and 24 minutes. All right, so we got like 6 minutes left. Y'all, please hit the like buttons before y'all go. Please hit the like button. I don't know why that's so hard for people. All you gotta do is hit that like button, and it helps the channel. But you know, a lot going on. I just don't like these delusional Tank fans that's running around here. You know, they get very upset when you tell the truth about Tank. Tank don't want to fight nobody. You got to kill EJ to stop him, unlike Charlo, who will fold like he did against Canelo Alvarez. That matters. That do matter. You got to respect that. He didn't do the David Demetrius Andrade. I hate when Demetrius Andrade did that. Crawford should leave Canelo alone. 154, 160, 168. We got to be realistic. Hey, I respect that. We do got to be realistic. But, you know, that would be like the biggest accomplishment, you know, of any fighter. Three-time undisputed champion of the world, and then went up 3 weight classes and beat the king at 168. That would be amazing. That Terrence damn near in the top 10 of boxing, in my opinion. 2-time undisputed champion. Him, Evander Holyfield. They up there, bro. They up there with the big names. Ain't too many that did that. Manny Pacquiao North Florida was 1 undisputed champion. This man 2-time. Evander Holyfield 2-time. So, you know, it's not the skill set, it's the weight. It's too much. Yeah, the weight is too much, but it's always a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Probably he hit Terrence, he could knock him out. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's dangerous. You know, the power of Canelo at that weight. But I look at it like if both of them was at 147, who would win? And I know Terrence would beat the hell out of Canelo Alvarez at 147. I'm talking about if Canelo was a natural 147 pounder and like Terrence Crawford, he beat the hell out of him. And I'm looking at it from what Terrence can do with his skill set, even if he moved up. But you would have to give the advantage to Canelo Alvarez simply because of the power and the size. That's it. Other than that, you can't say he's nowhere near a better fighter than Terrence Crawford, besides the power and the size of Canelo Alvarez. You know, that didn't mean back then it was about being a lineal. And no. Lineal is a major accomplishment too, because that's like you beating the man who's the man. But undisputed always been it, bro. Undisputed is the biggest accomplishment in boxing. Not no Ring magazine, not no Ring magazine belt. A magazine belt, just listen to the name of it, magazine belt. Ring magazine belt is not bigger than being undisputed. Yeah, he got an iron chin too, but that don't mean he can't be outboxed. He had an iron chin against Floyd. He got outboxed. He said, but it's political, bro. Most fighters didn't have the opportunity to fight for undisputed. They did. They did have the opportunity. They just wasn't there. Undisputed it was one tight. It was one title. Undisputed. I'm the best of the best. That's what undisputed means. I am the best of the best. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. That's what undisputed means. In them divisions, I beat everybody that was there. Yeah, that's true. Tank the water boy boxing. But hey, y'all, I've been on, man, for a long time. Time for me to get off, an hour and 30 minutes. Please share the videos. Please mention your boy E's name on other platforms. You know, help me get out there, show the public, let the public know my name. You know what I'm saying? Share the videos, you know what I'm saying? Uh, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? Show support to the channel. I truly appreciate y'all for y'all time. You know, I got to get back on here. Y'all know I be working, man. You know what I'm saying? I be working. I apologize for not being on like I supposed to, but we gonna step that back up, man, because I love talking about this with y'all. I love watching y'all comments and conversating with y'all about the sport that we love. So stay tuned, man. This your boy Easy Work, man, and I'm out. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your night. Have a blessed week.